What's up, everybody? We rebranded the channel. We are no longer the Grand Line Gazette. We found out people don't read newspapers. So we are now here in your speaker boxes at the Red Line Radio, bringing you One Piece topics every damn day. Damn near every damn day. Today, we're talking about One Piece, episode 1132. It's the Kuma trauma arc. We've talked about it, we've read it, we've discussed it, but now we get to see it. We get to see Bonnie for the first time. Jewelry Bonnie's first intro mentions. And honestly, we get to see a cool fight with Kuma. Like crazily animated. Yeah, they really up in the game. If we're getting side fights like this, looking like this, we're in a new age of One Piece. But as always, Kev, help get us started with the episode, set the scene.
Yeah, I mean, remember last week, guys? We left off with Ginny getting captured, and with Ginny being gone, Kuma had no other family, no other goal in life, but he did love the revolutionary crew and Dragon himself. So we catch up. This is a few years after I think Ginny gets captured. I believe like 3 years.
2 years.
And so 2 years. And so Kuma's just all into the revolutionaries. It looks like he's third in command right behind Ivankov. But a crew is asking for help, and Kuma's just, first up. He's, just able to be
Ivankov says something too, like, you've been real reckless since Ginny.
Yeah.
And he doesn't finish it, but basically got captured, turned into a slave wife.
Yeah. Which we actually don't even know the outcome until later on in the episode, which is we just know she's captured. Yeah. We don't know, we don't know why. But so all your imagination is just going through.
My imagination wasn't going through it because it's like, look, Ginny was the only one taken that they mentioned. You know what I mean? Yeah. That was a, hey, I like you kind of scenario. So shout outs to Ginny, though.
Yeah. And so, so this is the actual time. Like, this is the one time that I've like seen Kuma really just step out like this. He like show emotion and fight like this. So I don't think we've ever seen that before.
He kind of just let loose. The way he was punching these are holy knights. So yeah. I mean, these are just standard holy knights. They're nothing crazy, but he's knocking them out. You know what I'm saying? Like easily. Where it's like, oh wow, yeah, Buccaneers are a problem. Especially if they have a devil fruit like this, like Buccaneers are a big problem if this is just what one of them can do. Now, obviously, we've seen like Luffy and everybody do stuff like this, but when Kuma hits it, it looks like it hurts. You know what I mean? When Luffy hits you, it looks like it's fun. This ain't fun. No. But the reason why he's by himself, before we move on, is because this is right after the revolutionaries picked up Sabo. And they left, I forget what the city near Fuchsia Village is, but that's basically where they just left off with all the, I forgot what they called them. Not escapees, but all the poor people they were going to kill off by burning the trash. So, but yeah, so they have all those people from like Luffy's like home country. They just got them. They were like, all right, we're at our limit. We can't go and help you guys and take on more refugees. We're at our limit. And Kuma's like, fine, I'll go. And how do you feel about Ivankov, the revolutionaries, and like just the timing of this?
That last question that you threw in there, the timing. I think that this is well thought out. There's no way that they were accidentally here. They came here for a reason, and then maybe coming across Sabo is just one happy accident. But being here, there's no way that is. You don't just magically come back to your old where your son is, and then you don't even see your son. Yeah, like that's the crazy.
There's something going on in I forget. Windmill Village is where Luffy's from. The Goa Kingdom. There's something going on in the Goa Kingdom because, like you said, Ivankov, Kuma, and Dragon went back to extract refugees? I don't think so, man. Now, they did have word that there were going to be celestial dragons there, but I think look, Kuma went by himself to go fight a freedom force. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think they need the big three just to go pick up some refugees. Something's going on in the Goa Kingdom.
And when Ivankov in Impel Down is like trying to put two and two together to see his lineage, he says, I'm from the Goa Kingdom. And like that is what clicks it all in line for him. I get that that's such a small detail, but knowing that they were also there.
Those are details we need. Those are details we need. Kev's rewatching all kinds of arcs. Those are the details we need.
I'm not starting off at the beginning like some of us. But moving on with the episode, we get a phone call from somebody who's like thought to be dead for a long time. Ginny's back in the in the main world. I forget what
the lower realm.
The lower realm. Thank you. But she was discarded because she became gross.
Yeah,
she became used goods.
Yeah, that says something about the celestial dragons, where they will kill at a whim. But when this lady became gross to them, they're like, "Oh no, just put her on a boat and fucking push her out to sea." Like, we're not gross. I'm not gonna waste my bullets on that. Like, once she gets on the ground, you pick her up and then I catch it. Get her out.
What if I shoot her and then it becomes airborne? Think about me.
What if I get blood on me?
Yeah, so that's exactly what these celestial dragons are like. And they even they throw Bonnie out too, which is at the very least one of their children. Like, it's not just Ginny's child, it is one of your children. So you're just like, gross, take that thing with you as well.
But also, you gotta speak up on it. You know what I mean? Like, back in the day, like, they didn't just claim the slave kids. Like, Thomas Jefferson didn't claim all his kids. You know what I mean?
Yep.
A lot of Jeffersons out there, you know what I mean? A lot of Jeffersons in the world, and you tell me, you know what I'm saying? But
some people ain't ready for that history, dog. They ain't ready for that.
But it's just crazy. Like this, where it's like they threw away the baby with the bathwater. I found out what that meant a little while ago.
Oh my God.
But yeah, basically, I know. I feel like I'm on one right now. Like, Bonnie and Ginny are basically calling back. They're like, hey, they're saying their goodbyes.
Yeah.
Like, and Kuma sprints out the door and he flies to where he knows Bonnie's gonna be at before she can even say her goodbyes to him. So when he gets to where she's at, she's dead already. Like, damn.
Which is crazy because that means the Celestial Dragons literally just kicked them down the red line and just called it good. Because she spent the rest of her life trying to get home, and then as soon as she makes it home and calls, she's dead. Like that, she's like, "Oh, Kuma, I finally got to see you."
How about that animation when he like flashes himself and then he's flying to where Ginny is? I'm like, the budget is uncapped. You know what I mean? It must be a movie every day. It's a movie every week. You know what I'm saying?
But we fast forward to Dad Kuma, and you have every single person in the village giving him secondhand tips. Like, no, stop, you're drowning her. It's like, dude, she is literally 1,000th of my size.
Yeah, they're like, you're going to need to get like a steel cage or something because you're just going to crush her. Like, and it is kind of cool. It's cool seeing little Bonnie and like the big old puma paws. You know what I'm saying? You're like, yeah, that is nice. And like everything she does reminds him of Ginny. So it's like, yeah, I feel it, man. Especially when like she's like 10 years, almost 10. I think she's like 8 or something. His age. She's his age when this whole thing started. And like she's like getting mad at people and like cussing people out and stuff like that. He's like, damn, that's just like your mom.
Hey, don't go outside. Don't go outside. Then that's when she starts to grow. Her sapphire scales starts to grow. That's actually when we learn about the sapphire scale. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's a little snip of Sabo, them training.
Like, oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, go back to it's 11:30.
Okay.
Or 13:30. At 13:30, like it's just a real quick snip, like to show the change. Because she's sleeping in the cage with no sapphire scale.
Oh, I see the pipe. Okay, the pipe.
Then he's fighting, and it shows like time's gone by, and now she has a sapphire scale. Which also confirms that this is the time. Goa Kingdom. This is when they got Sabo.
Yeah, and then so it starts to grow, but then that's kind of when we start getting doctors coming to visit. Like, hey, it's not the white lead disease. Hey, it's actually happens when you expose it to sun. And these doctors, I know it sounds cruel, but when he asks them, hey, like, show me, go outside so I can see it. Like, that is how a scientist and how, like, people who handle diseases, that's how they can effectively create a cure. So I was like, at first, I was having to explain to Cam, like, nah, dude, like, don't be mad at the doctor. Like, he's just trying to figure it out.
Oh, he's,
Yeah,
yeah, he's
he's
just
just
trying to
trying to
figure out
help, I
how it
promise.
works. He doesn't know how it starts, how it stops. But yeah, they
Yeah,
board up the church. And I guess what
no
we need
sunlight,
to
baby.
do is go back, sun god, you know what I mean? But
Yeah,
we need to go back to the beginning of this little flashback arc and watch how the light pours in from those windows. Because I
yeah.
think it specifically shines in ways where you're like, wow, this lighting is beautiful. You know what I mean? And I've thought that a couple times. Um, but yeah, now it's yeah, dang, it's just a
Yep.
dark, dank place like a dungeon. Vibes like Henry from Black Clover. If you know the channel,
Sure.
now we're the Red Line Radio, but you know we are supporters of Black Clover.
Yeah.
This is much like Henry from Black Clover.
I mean, and so we also get some flashbacks of Bonnie getting taught the sun god dance, kind of just getting that sun god vibe, that heartbeat going. Something that we're gonna see in Elbath when she, spoilers, goes gear fifth. She's going to be doing the dance. This is where all of this emotion will come from. But we finally get like an option um, as far as a cure though, from what it looks like. Or no, that's next week, isn't it? That is next week.
How you feel about these
Damn.
kids that are like, I guess, Bonnie's friends? Eventually, they're gonna be. I guess. I guess it's just supposed
Kids
to be a
are
replica.
kids are assholes. I mean, just because they don't understand things, they're gonna be a dickhead. So, like
Same,
you said, they become our friends later on. So
same as
it's
how they messed with Kuma, and then they're like, "Oh, actually, no, you're cool."
yeah, exactly. I think they're nice, and I think Bonnie had to have a backstory with the crew because if somebody finds out that Bonnie's a child, they're gonna stop following her.
Yeah,
So, and it
and
just yeah,
except the ones that are her mom's friends. You know what I mean? Her parents' friends,
Mhm.
because those are still crew members. Like
Yeah,
some of their like her uncles, I guess is what we'll call them. So I'm pretty sure they're in the know. But um, I guess right before we close, Kuma lies to her. Says that
yes,
when you're 10, you're gonna go see
you'll
the
be
whole
here.
world. You and me.
You and me. This covers chapter 1099, or yeah, 1099, and next week is
Oh,
um, oh good,
the town's burning.
the town's burning.
The old
Yes.
king is culling people again because he needs to make more cap for more
Yep.
space in his salary cap. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, next week we go on an adventure and we get some familiar places because we're going to be visiting the places that Kuma sent us during the time skip as far as the Straw Hats go. So we're about to see kind of why he has a familiar place to all these.
We're gonna see the Witharians, Heracles. We're gonna see Vegapunk at his old lab. We are
Yep.
going to see
We could see Shaki as
Tequila.
the Empress.
Oh, that's
Yes.
true. That's
Yes.
true.
Yep. Because she's not, I don't think she's, no, it is still Boa now because this isn't 22 years ago. This was like 10 years ago.
Do you think we'll see the father, or do you think the father is Saturn?
Actually, I'm with it that it's actually Garling. I think Saturn. Long story short, I think Saturn is actually like a good guy in the long run. He gives in the next chapter we'll see like he gives Kuma options. He doesn't make him decide,
That's true.
and he always lets us kind of get away with stuff. Emmett is one example.
He's
He
like, I'm gonna keep
allowed
this.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this for later, and then it happens to be a good thing for us.
You love a trader.
Kuma.
You love a trader.
Yeah, I do love a trader, but hey, you guys let us know. Let us down in the comment section. And what do you guys feel about this new name? I like it. Corey hit me with the idea, the Red Line Radio.
Yep. So we're
What was
gonna
it
change
yesterday? And I was like, hell yeah.
And we got the new icons. We got the new profile pic. I know y'all seen it. We're gonna do the rebrand on everything. Obviously, the channel's going into its second year, so it's time to evolve. Time to interact with you guys more. So please let us know how you felt about the channel, or the episode, and how you feel about the channel changes. We'd love to hear that too. But until next time, we'll catch y'all later.
Peace.